The crypto top headlines covered in this video are Ripple's James Wallis underscores CBDC's role in breaking financial barriers. Next, ARK 21 shares update spot Bitcoin ETF application as next SEC deadline looms. Also, U.S. Justice Department reportedly ready to settle with Binance for $4 billion. Plus, SEC sues Kraken, alleging it's an unregistered exchange, mixes user funds. Welcome to Crypto Top Headlines, where there's no clickbait thumbnails or titles, and no speeches on my opinions, just bringing crypto's news to you. We are a new channel here on YouTube, and would greatly appreciate it if you would click on the like and subscribe buttons, as well as the notification bell. It does help support the channel, so thank you in advance for doing so. Now, on to these headlines. Our first top headline, Ripple's James Wallis underscores CBDC's role in breaking financial barriers. Wallis clarifies that financial inclusion aims to extend financial services to individuals worldwide, especially those with low incomes and no ties to financial institutions. James Wallis, Ripple's Vice President for Central Bank Engagements and Central Bank Digital Currencies, has highlighted the role of CBDCs in advancing global financial inclusion in a brief video. Wallis clarifies that financial inclusion aims to extend financial services to individuals worldwide, especially those with low incomes and no ties to financial institutions. Wallis pinpointed key factors behind financial exclusion, including low incomes and a lack of existing ties with financial institutions, leading to the absence of a credit history. In regions with financial exclusion, banks are often commercial entities driven by shareholder interests, posing challenges in serving individuals with limited resources, as generating profits from such a demographic is difficult. Wallis contended that CBDCs provide a cost-effective solution by enabling financial services at a significantly lower cost than traditional methods. CBDCs offer streamlined payment options and chances to establish credit, even without previous ties to financial institutions, he said. This enables individuals to build credit histories, acquire borrowing capabilities, and stimulate the growth of their businesses. Wallis concluded that CBDCs represent a transformative innovation addressing global challenges in financial inclusion. Ripple is working in partnership with more than 20 central banks globally on CBDC initiatives and has taken on the role of technology partner for the second phase of Georgia's Digital Lari project. Additionally, Ripple is actively engaged in CBDC collaborations in Bhutan, Palau, Montenegro, Colombia, and Hong Kong. Ripple is in an ongoing legal battle with the United States Securities and Exchange Commission. In July, Ripple received recognition from Currency Research for its contributions to digital currency advancement and Best Sustainability Initiative, particularly for fostering innovation in CBDCs. Our next top headline, ARK 21 shares update spot Bitcoin ETF application as next SEC deadline looms. The latest update is the third amendment to ARK and 21 shares Bitcoin Exchange Traded Fund prospectus since the firms first filed in April 2023. ARK Investment Management, a cryptocurrency investment firm founded by Bitcoin advocate Cathie Wood, isn't giving up on its efforts to launch a spot Bitcoin exchange-traded fund in the United States. On November 20th, ARK Invest filed another amended prospectus for its spot Bitcoin ETF product developed in collaboration with the European digital asset manager 21 Shares. If approved, the ETF, named the ARK 21 Shares Bitcoin ETF, will trade on the Chicago Board Options Exchange's BZX exchange under the ticker symbol ARKB. The updated filing reads, This latest update is ARK and 21 Shares' third amendment to the prospectus since the firms first filed for a spot Bitcoin ETF in April 2023. ARK previously amended its Form S-1 registration statement in October, which was interpreted by experts as a good sign of progress. In September 2023, the SEC again delayed its expected decision on ARK's application. The next deadline for the decision has been set for January 11, 2024. According to Bloomberg ETF analyst Eric Balchanis, the latest filing includes many updates, including numerous risk disclosures designed to satisfy corporate finance requirements. One interesting thing is they are sticking to in-kind creations, redemptions, albeit in a hybrid model, to minimize tax and spread issues, Balchanis noted. Semi-shocker, to be honest, but in a good way, he added, stating, "The more updates to these documents, the better. Shows them getting these bad boys in shape for SEC approval." Bloomberg ETF watcher James Seifert also suggested that the latest filing likely reflects that things are moving with the SEC conversations. While ARK has been actively amending its application, not all spot Bitcoin ETF filers have amended their filings. According to Steifert's data, as of mid-November, Franklin Templeton and Global X were the only two firms out of 12 spot Bitcoin ETF filers that hadn't amended their S-1 filings. Our next top headline, U.S. Justice Department reportedly ready to settle with Binance for $4 billion. According to a report, an agreement to settle Justice Department charges against the company may be settled by the end of the month. The United States Justice Department is negotiating with Binance in an attempt to resolve its investigation into the company, according to a November 20th report from Bloomberg, citing people familiar with the discussions. The agreement would require Binance to pay $4 billion in fines. In return, the company would be allowed to keep operating while complying with U.S. laws. According to the report, the announcement of an agreement could come as soon as the end of the month. As part of the agreement, Binance CEO Changpeng Zhao, also known as CZ, would face the possibility of criminal charges as part of an investigation into alleged money laundering, bank fraud, and sanctions violations. The report states that CZ currently lives in the United Arab Emirates, which does not have an extradition treaty with the United States. This seems to imply that charges filed in the U.S. would unlikely result in CZ's arrest. The report claims that Binance is seeking a deferred prosecution agreement. Under terms of this deal, the Justice Department would make a criminal complaint but would not actually prosecute the company so long as it complies with three conditions. First, Binance would need to pay $4 billion in penalties. Second, it would need to publish a detailed document admitting areas where it didn't comply with the law. Third, a monitoring process would be set up to ensure Binance complies with laws and regulations in the future, and the company would need to comply with this process. Our next top headline, SEC sues Kraken alleging it's an unregistered exchange, mixes user funds. The SEC alleged Kraken operated as an unregistered exchange, broker, dealer, and clearing agency, adding that it commingled customer assets with its own. The United States Securities and Exchange Commission has sued Kraken, alleging it commingled customer funds and failed to register with the regulator as a securities exchange, broker, dealer, and clearing agency. In a November 20th complaint filed in San Francisco Federal Court, the SEC claimed that since 2018, Kraken had operated as a platform that unlawfully facilitated the buying and selling of cryptocurrencies. A Kraken spokesperson told Cointelegraph it disagrees with the SEC's complaint and plans to defend itself in court. The lawsuit marks the latest push from the Gary Gensler-led agency to bring crypto under its purview, claiming that crypto assets are securities contracts under U.S. law. Without registering with the SEC in any capacity, Kraken has simultaneously acted as a broker, dealer, exchange, and clearing agency with respect to these crypto asset securities. Additionally, the SEC alleged Kraken's business practices and deficient internal controls saw the exchange commingle up to $33 billion worth of customer assets with its own. The SEC said this resulted in a significant risk of loss for its clients. The complaint complained Kraken paid for operational expenses directly from accounts containing customer assets, citing the exchange's independent auditor. We allege that Kraken made a business decision to reap hundreds of millions of dollars from investors rather than coming into compliance with the securities law, SEC Enforcement Division Director Gurbir Grewal said in a statement. That decision resulted in a business model rife with conflicts of interest that placed investors' funds at risk. Kraken pushed back against the SEC's accusations, with a spokesperson saying the exchange never listed unregistered securities. We disagree with the SEC's complaint against Kraken, stand firm in our view that we did not list securities, and plan to vigorously defend our position. It is disappointing to see the SEC continue down its path of regulation by enforcement, which harms American consumers, stunts innovation, and damages U.S. competitiveness globally, the spokesperson said. In a follow-up November 20th blog post, Kraken said the SEC's commingling accusations were no more than Kraken spending fees it has already earned, and the regulator doesn't allege any user funds are missing. In the complaint, the SEC listed 16 cryptocurrencies it considered securities, including Cardano, Algorand, Polygon, and Solana. The 16 cryptocurrencies listed in the complaint are Cardano, Axie Infinity, Algorand, Cosmos, Chiles, Cody, Dash, Filecoin, Flow, Internet Computer, Decentraland, Polygon, Near Protocol, OMG Network, The Sandbox, and Solana. The SEC's complaint alleges Kraken violated the registration provisions of the Securities Exchange Act of 1934. It's seeking Kraken pay penalties, injunctive relief, and requests the exchange return its ill-gotten gains. The accusations that Kraken operated as an unregistered broker for crypto assets echo those made in respective lawsuits against Coinbase and Binance in June. On February 9th, Kraken reached a $30 million settlement with the regulator, where it agreed to cease offering crypto staking products and services to U.S. customers. So this concludes our top headlines. If you haven't already done so, don't forget to click on the like and subscribe buttons, as well as the notification bell. Also, leave your thoughts in the comments and share this video with your friends and family. Thank you all for watching Crypto Top Headlines, bringing crypto's news to you.